source, right? Yeah, it's okay. And click on top on the where it says PC. Yeah, go there on the very top.
So I
You see
enter
this?
into the that's the folder, right?
Yeah, this is an empty folder. Yes, click on the very top. You see this PC Windows C source. Yeah, you
So
need
I'll
to
copy
copy
this.
the path from here. Yes, click here. Click here. Yes, copy this
Okay.
and go back to that screen and you paste here.
That's
Yeah,
it.
oh, test,
I
test.
did.
No, 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 you don't need to do that. Format is fine. Do test. Click on test
Test.
on the
Oh,
right
here.
side.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mm-hmm. I am heard. I mean, I heard paste. I said, okay, I already pasted the. Okay. So then paste and then.
Okay. Click OK. This is fine, I think. Yeah. So your source file is configured now. You can place any file there
Mm-hmm.
in the C drive, like source directory,
Mm-hmm.
and go down. You see the when you choose the file, go down, go down.
Why it is not going down in
Yeah,
my?
there are three dots. You need to bring up. Make this. Yeah. Put it up. Yes. Pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Now select. Right. Object. Select.
Select.
You need to go to C drive and then place a file there. Right. It is not there right now. There is no
This
file
is
here.
empty folder.
When
Yeah.
you
Okay.
create a new file, it will show here. Then you can select.
So okay. So if I make a file there, then it will show up in the left panel.
Yes. Yes. It will show on the on the no on the right panel. No object
Right
select.
here.
Yes.
Okay. 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 And then I'll select that one and then click OK. Right.
Yes. Yes. This is
Okay. But
and
what
you create the same connection.
maybe making a runtime environment or something, it was asking to make a connection. What I remember you to Nashima told go to the connection and do connection. So I thought I don't understand, but I think up to it is okay, right?
Yes.
Next I
It
have
is
to
fine.
control the target also, right?
Yes. You
Same
have
thing.
to configure the same thing for the target.
Okay. I think Nashima joined. I think
Hi, Narasimha.
is it there?
I'm not sure.
Somebody joined.
Okay.
So
You can stop
I'll
sharing.
just yeah, I'll just stop sharing. Okay.
Let me know who else is there. Select an
This
object.
is there is no object, so cancel, right?
Yes. No. Click OK and then cancel.
Mhm.
You can stop sharing.
Yeah, I'm just doing it. Okay. So where what is this invalid is saying? Okay, something I don't know, but anyway. Uh,
So there's a mapping name is invalid.
oh, where to go and then why am I that
The
stop?
you see the hand arrow at the
And
bottom. There is at the very bottom on the screen where you drop the call.
no, actually, it's not coming. That's why I'm thinking why it's not coming.
Okay,
Let
don't worry. I will share and then yours will be gone.
okay.
Okay. Yeah, Narsima is not there. Oh, you are still presenting?
I'm still there's something I'm trying to see why.
Okay, click on the top. When you are presenting, it's put
Which
escape key. It should give you.
just a minute. Let me see. Which one is that?
I am not sure if he is going to join.
Okay, this one is Google Meet. No, this is not what that. Hmm, yeah, now I'm able to stop sharing. Mm, right hand, raise hand, resume presentation. Oh, am I not sharing now? I'm still sharing.
No, you're click on. No, you're not sharing.
It's
Yeah, you're
saying
sharing. Yeah, click on this.
stop
Stop
sharing.
sharing.
Yeah. Oh, I think he drop any email? I don't
Did not.
see in my email. Oh no, he didn't. Mm. I think yesterday somebody told me that it is not there is no class, but today nobody is coming to tell.
Yeah.
Maybe let's see. Pula also did not join today.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. She's not.
2 minutes we'll wait, otherwise we'll drop. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see whether you will come later. So, Mer, just when we say that okay, we are getting data from different sources like flat file and then OLTP database. So, is the OLTP database like every company has different name or what? Or
No,
you can just use
OLTP is a
OLTP.
transactional database. Okay.
Okay,
So OLAP is mostly for the uh,
analytics business.
analytics you perform, like maybe the data is like a data warehousing you can consider. But
Yes, yes.
OLTP is something that you treat the data, you read the data, process it only on a daily basis. So the data which has already been loaded, right,
Mm-hmm.
into your database, and you are not changing that, data is mostly like data warehouse environment, the older data historical where you perform your analytics and all those, you can consider that as an OLAP, because that data is not frequently changing. But the data that you are processing and that changes a lot, and like a transactional data, let's say you are processing the data on a daily basis, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh, Credit card companies,
Mm-hmm.
the transactions happening every day, millions of transactions happening every day. So you are
Mm-hmm.
processing, you are loading those data. So
Mm-hmm.
that is your OLTP system. Okay, that's because your data, the source data. But when you load it into your data warehouse or into your database, and you are not changing that data much, that data becomes your OLAP system, because you are now, you can run your reports on that kind of data and generate a trend, and do
Mm-hmm.
some decision making based on that
Mm-hmm.
data. So the
Mm-hmm.
data which is like transactional in nature, there
Mm-hmm.
is all the OLTP system.
That I mean I understood the difference, but I'm just telling that suppose every company right has a OLTP database system, but just some name is attached, or I can just simply say OLTP database. We're fetching the data from OLTP database.
No, you
That's
don't have to mention it. You can just mention the name. Let's say they call their source system as Iris, for an instance, or they call it as a CDAP source. So you
okay.
just call it with the name. You don't have to. That's a transactional. OLTP is a terminology that you mention. Okay, this is a OLTP data, or this is more like in nature. What kind of data is that? This is an OLAP system. This is an OLTP system that the data is coming from. But you cannot call any source as like an OLTP, that you cannot call. So in your, let's say you have 5 kids for an instance, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you will name them as a differently, but they all belong to you in nature, in a sense, like they get
Mm-hmm.
your husband's name as their last name, for an
Mm-hmm.
instance.
Mm-hmm.
So you will call them with their name, right? So the each source system you
Mm-hmm.
will call with their name. Let's say it's coming from CDAP, it's coming from,
So
for
that
I,
CDAC or whatever is their OLTP is the storage for their OLTP data. That's it.
what is that?
Suppose you said what you said CDAC, right? Something you said,
Let's
right?
say CDAP is one of the source system. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have a HR data coming in. You can say, okay, HR data, HR source data.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
what system is that? That's differentiates. It's more like a transactional data happening more frequently, changing every day, or it is more like a analytical data in nature. This is how you actually identify what kind of data is that. But if you have a HR data database that you connect to, so you will not call it like a OL, I'm going to connect to the OLTP, but you have a
Mhm.
HR data
Mhm.
source, you have source coming in from sales. So you will call it, okay, I need to get the data from the sales source. I need to get the data from the HR source. You will not call everything as an OLTP or OLAP. You don't have to use this terminology. This comes when you are actually doing and talking in a meeting, but when you are actually seeing
Mhm.
the data, like when you need to connect and you need to read, you can specify their actual source name itself. You don't have to mention OLTP data or no.
Mhm. Mhm. So, like, suppose I'm showing a sales and marketing domain. So, what I'll say that my transactional data comes and stays this, this database, and we are on daily basis.
No, you can just say we are reading the data from our databases. We have the Salesforce data coming in, and this we load this data
Mm.
from
So
this. From,
that means suppose a company and Salesforce data is coming. So Salesforce company puts put the data daily data in the company's some folder, right? From
yes,
there we're reading it, right?
yes.
Okay, okay.
Or they have a database where
Mm-hmm.
let's say there is a Oracle data, right? Or there is a flat file. So there is a team who sends you the file. So you can say, okay, we are getting some flat files,
Okay.
some data in the flat files. We are getting some data in Oracle tables that we process on a daily basis and load it into our data warehouse or data mart or in our staging tables on ODS layer. So these are
Mm-hmm.
the things that you don't have to. If they ask you, okay, what is the nature of the data? You
Mm-hmm.
can see this is more like a transactional data because the data is changing fast. So we have to. So this is what you can explain.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why. And another thing is, suppose we are getting data every day, and then we have to put it in a staging table first, and there we will do cleansing and all, and then we will put some logic to transform the data according to the business logic. Then we'll load to the dimension table in the data warehouse, correct? Or facts table.
Dimension table and the fact table, these are the data warehousing, but not all the projects implement data warehousing terminologies. Okay, some of them are relational databases and the data warehousing are two different concepts. Relational does not maintain any history, or it may or may not, but the dimension has its way of storing the data in a SCD type 1, type 2, or type 3, where you actually expire
Okay.
the older
So
record.
if I am telling that we are applying some using SCD, then we can say loading it to the dimension table, right?
Yes, correct. Because
Okay.
it's a slowly changing dimension.
Yes, yes, yes.
Dimension and fact
Mm.
are the components of a data warehousing. This
Okay.
is nothing to do with your relational database. Relational database is very simple, like relational, you are just one table, how one table is joined to the other table. That's it.
Mhm.
Does
Okay.
not mean that you are maintaining a history or you are maintaining anything. This is just a plain relationship. But the
Mhm.
dimensional model, you have a fact table and the dimension table. So in the
Mhm.
fact table, you only maintains the fact data, right? You
Majors, yeah,
only maintain
majors.
fact
Yes.
attributes. In the dimension, you have the actual dimension and ours, all other its attributes. Let's say city,
Mhm.
you have a dimension key. Will you will create a dimension key for that one row.
Mhm.
City, and then its name. Let's say city is like the field name is New York. So you will have a like city code as NY. City name
Mhm.
is like spelled out like NEWYORK,
Mhm.
and zip code will also be there, something
Yeah, yeah.
dimension different.
Mhm. Yeah. No, I mean, I understand what dimension table stores and what facts table stores. That I understand. But like when I explain my daily jobs, so what I'll say, like one thing is you load to dimension table using SCD, and another is you just get the data and load it to staging table, and then cleanse and load it to the relational database. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that is okay. What is that? That is that ODS, operational data source?
Operational is nothing, but you actually maintain your data. There is nothing to do with the data warehousing concept. Operational is like morely you load the data into your source, the data, read the data from source, and then just load it into your operational data warehouse, like into your database, right? So,
Okay.
but the actual data warehousing concepts come when you load them into you implement these dimensional modeling techniques and the fact and dimension tables technique and load them into your specific mart level or any specific mart, yeah, data mart you have created, uh, where you load all these tables with those techniques.
So then if I say relation database, so it will be tables only, not
Yeah,
file.
relational database is nothing. It's just a plain table.
Tables.
It
Yeah.
does not necessarily mean that it has a historical data and maintain its
Mm.
dimensional and the fact model.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah, I
think
mean,
Mustafa is not going to join. Looks like he's not. We will continue tomorrow. I will send you my voice
yeah,
recording.
you please, Umair. I mean, I have a target to start on February 1st. So before that, I have to brush up my all SQL queries, whatever I have learned, and then little
No
bit of.
problem. I
Okay.
will.
Thank you so much, Umair.
Thank you. Sure.